This is Catholic Daily Reflections for Monday of the 18th week in Ordinary Time, Year A. Today's reflection is entitled, When Faith Falters. Peter said to him in reply, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. He said, Come. What a wonderful expression of faith. St. Peter, caught in stormy conditions on the sea, expressed his complete confidence that if Jesus were to call him out of the boat to walk on water, it would happen. Jesus does call him to himself, and St. Peter begins to walk on water. Of course, we know what happens next. Peter was filled with fear and began to sink. Fortunately, Jesus caught him and all was well. Interestingly, this story reveals much to us about our own lives of faith and much more about the goodness of Jesus. So often we begin with a faith in our head and have every intention of living that faith. Like Peter, we often make firm resolutions to trust in Jesus and to walk on water at his command. However, all too often, we experience the same thing Peter did. We start to live the trust we express in Jesus, only to suddenly waver and give in to fear in the midst of our hardship. We begin to sink and have to cry out for help. In some ways, the ideal would have been if Peter expressed his faith in Jesus and then walked to him without faltering. But in other ways, this is the ideal story in that it reveals the depth of Jesus' mercy and compassion. It reveals that Jesus will catch us and draw us out of our doubts and fears when our faith gives way. This story is much more about Jesus' compassion and the extent of his help than it is about Peter's lack of faith. Reflect today upon any way that you have had great intentions of trusting Jesus, started down that path and then have fallen. Know that Jesus is full of compassion and will reach out to you in your weakness just as he did to Peter. Let him grab your hand and strengthen your lack of faith out of his abundance of love and mercy. Let us pray. Lord, I do believe. Help me when I falter. Help me to always turn to you when the storms and challenges of life seem to be too much. May I trust that in those moments more than any other, you are there, reaching out your hand of grace. Jesus, I trust in you.